joke was that our state flower is mildew because it rains so much.
And so you might just accidentally push yourself in the wrong direction a little bit, and then it's like, I'm going to pay for it the next day.
There's no guarantee whether we'll do it.
But I was just like chilling, I look over and I was like, oh, hello, vagina. I was
gonna keep that compass pointed, true north to what you believe.
Definitely don't go to school.
Go to rock and roll school.
That's kind of crazy, but
I don't remember this.
Me neither.
But when it comes to write lyrics, I really, it's a pain in the ass for me,
Wow, this is what I want to listen to during my whole life.
Did you really bring that up? That was a private conversation.
I hope people keep thinking that I'm really relaxed while I'm playing and do not realize when I'm playing the difficult parts of the song.
Those things are always interesting just because I'm so scattered.
Polka metal can be interesting.
Polka metal, yeah. I like it.
It's a microphone. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I know who to sue.
Yeah.
It was that being told I can't and I shouldn't made me want to do it.
And I'm really hopeful that that's not possible.
I want to be in their presence, so I conduct my life in a way that I hope that they want to be in my presence as well.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I'm Mark Sugiyama from Eclectic Arts, based here in Seattle, Washington. And thank you so much for joining me on this Monday, the 24th of May, 2021. Gosh, we're almost in the month of June, almost halfway through this year, which is it was crazy to me. As always, I have a few housekeeping things to talk about before we get to my interview this afternoon. So coming up tomorrow, I have 2 interviews scheduled at 11 and 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time here on the West Coast of the U.S. And then I have 2 more on Thursday at 10 and 12:30 p.m. So if you'd like to know more details about who's coming on to talk with me about their various projects, bands, theater, film, TV, everything that I do, please follow me as Eclectic Arts Media, one word, on Instagram. That's where everything gets posted first, and then some of that information migrates over to Facebook and other platforms, but much of it's exclusive to Instagram. That's my favorite platform. And if you happen to be watching this for the first time on YouTube, if you could subscribe to my channel, that's always appreciated. And if you like this video, that's also appreciated. If you're over on the Twitch side of things, if you could follow me over there, I also appreciate that. So there's a lot of appreciation going on. But I'm really excited to talk to my guest. The music that's coming up from this band is fantastic. So let's get to things. My guest today is a powerful vocalist and musician. Her band's debut album, Stain the Sea, is coming out on July 16th on Frontiers Music. Please welcome to the Eclectic Arts Virtual Studio, Ines Vera Ortiz from Inner Stream. Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time today. I can't wait to talk to you about your background and about Inner Stream and everything under the sun. So
thank you.
Yeah, let's kind of start with the top things that are out there. So the Massive Drain music video was released a bit ago, and it's getting a huge response. And so when was that song, kind of give me the timeline, when was that song written, and then when did you guys do the music video?
Well, the song was written during lockdown. That's what happened, and the music video was made during lockdown, pretty much. When the thing started to stop a little, we did the video, and it was a mess. Everything, yeah, it was a huge mess. And I think that I wanted to share that song first because it shows my actual state. It's my, it's myself today. I think it represents a little that.
Okay, so it's the a good representation song then to first get out there to the public. It sounds like.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I think I wanted to as I think if you read a little bit about the history of the band and how everything started, um, the band has a lot of time. I mean, not the band as a band, but the project as an idea, and most of the songs are a little bit old. I wrote them many years ago, and this one represents me today. And you during the album you can find different kind of moods, let's say. So that's the main, that was the idea of making this song as a first video to share with the people.
okay, that makes sense, and that is something that really represents you today. Now, of this is where it's at. Especially like you said, that there's a history behind the band and the project. So there's different timelines of. It could be a song that was written 2 years ago. It could be something that was written a year ago, so even maybe further back, depending.
Yeah.
So that's got to be really kind of special to you in the sense that you can kind of remember where you were when you first wrote like maybe one of the older songs, and then you just mentioned that this song was written last year during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then finally getting all of it out, just getting it all out there.
Yes, it's like this album is like joining all my life as an artist, because there are songs that have there are songs that are more than 10 years old. A couple of them, maybe two, that are really really old. Of course, they changed a lot during those years, but I think what I love about the album is that represents all my my states during my life, as a solo artist, let's say, because in the past I was singing on another band, different bands, different styles, that where I was making music with other people, but not in this case. It's like I'm making the songs, and the whole idea and the concept came from me, you know. So
that's interesting that you have such a long history, that you have collaborated with other musicians, and then this has become more like this is really you and your representation of what you want to get out there for everybody.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like they get to see, like gosh, that you had songs that are 10 years old, that you're probably we're in a different state of mind, different places, everything. I mean,
completely different. And actually the lyrics, everything, it's like a story for me, it's like a diary. And I love that. Actually, I feel when I was recording the album, like, I mean, making the songs again, to say, and it was really like my feelings, everything came back in that moment, and I think it was huge. And the other thing that was huge is that everything happened during lockdown. Again, the whole album was recording during lockdown, and that we all were in a very emotional moment, let's say, the whole humanity, and I think in certain way helped to take out all those feelings from my past, actually. And I think it was great. Although it was a very weird situation, it was great.
Well, and that makes perfect sense, because I've talked to some other guests during the lockdown time, and they've said exactly the same thing, that when they were recording their songs, extra emotion went into them because of what was going on around them, around the world, and it just kind of funneled through them, and it came out in the recordings.
Yes. Actually, when I realized that everything was going to happen during lockdown, I was really, really worried, because I was not feeling really up or good, but when it started, everything started to come out, and was amazing. But yeah, there were a couple of days I was thinking, oh my god, I have to record an album right now. What the hell? But yeah, it came out great.
I totally can relate to what you're saying because I started doing all of these virtual interviews a year ago this past Saturday, and I went on a virtual tour with a band from Los Angeles called Alice, and a lot of people know this story. And there's times during that tour, that virtual tour, that we were like, why are we doing this? Because we didn't feel up to it. All the craziness out in society was going on.
Yeah.
And then, but it became like this cathartic thing for us that once we were doing it, and for the fans that were watching, it's like, it's like a nice escape. It's this kind of reminder of what we love and what we hold dear to us. And it sounds like, it sounds like there's something similar. That once you got into the studio and we're recording, it's like, okay, yeah, I can do this. It's making me feel good. It's what I want to do. And the rest of the stuff, I'll come back to it once I leave the studio because it's not going away.
Yes. In some way, like going back to the first reason, because we are doing what we do, because of love. that's the like the engine, and I think we had the chance to connect with that again, like the purest reason, because we do what we do. So I think it was great.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And for the fans that are going to get a chance to hear this album, since you've had such a long storyline of songs that you picked from, how did you figure that out? Because you must have like a catalog of like a lot of songs from way back when. How did you narrow it down?
Yeah, I think that the song choice is something that happened on its own. You know, I was finishing songs and everything started to have sense in one moment, and that's when I made the decision of what to leave and what to. Maybe I have a couple of things that I left for later. Maybe for the next album, something is gonna appear from my past. But I wanted to show in every song each part of this path till here, you know. And I don't know. It happened alone. It's something that it was not difficult for me to make that decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you were organically going through, like, this is a song I feel I want to do now. So you just kind of picked and.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I don't wanna push or force any situation. And for example, with the style, I don't want to force that. I don't want to stick to one style or say, hey, I do this kind of metal and I want to keep on doing this. No, I want to be free and to share myself and to do whatever I want, whatever I feel it's right, to be as honest as possible. That's the thing.
Well, and that's the perfect approach, I feel. Like we were talking pre-show, that if you're doing things that are organic to you and what you feel like you have a heart and a passion for, in terms of not thinking in terms of limits or styles or columns, or so, like, no, if I want to do, I don't know, a country song, I'm going to do a country song, or whatever, whatever it is.
Yes. If I can't be free, I would. I don't know. This is to be free. This is to share our souls with the people, and I don't know. If I can't be free, I would have studied laws or something else. You know, it's like this is the space, the right space to be free and to let myself go out and be able to share that with the people and to release myself, actually.
Yeah, and I think what's going to happen, and it's already starting to happen, is that the fans are picking up on this, that it's something that's organically being presented to them. It's not like it was a formula or like, well, let's see, if I do a song like this, then maybe that'll get me more fans. It's like, no, this is what I want to do. So, you know, either like it or don't.
That's right. That's simple. Yeah.
Yeah, and right now a lot of people are liking it, so even better.
Great, thank you very much.
Yeah. And so I would love to hear more about your background. So when did you first get involved with music? Were you always a singer? Were you playing, instruments, or were you doing both? How far back do we go?
Yeah. Well, I was always involved with music till I was a kid. First, I wanted to sing, but I was too young for that, so I started studying piano. I was around 6 years, more or less, and I was studying piano for a couple of years, and then I was playing piano like a lot of years. And when I had the chance to start studying with my voice and a little bit of technique, I did it. My first heavy metal band was when I was 16. And yeah, I was first I was into classical music, then I was into grunge, then I was into new metal, and there I started to sing. I wanted to be a singer since the beginning. I think I was. My parents are really into music. They're not musicians, but they were listening to a lot of music when I was a kid, and I had the chance to have contact with good music, and I think I learned a lot from there. Yeah, yeah. They were not really happy when I started to be a heavy metal girl, but I think they got used to it and they accept it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I flash back to when so I've been into music about the same amount of time ever since I was a young person. Saw my
Yeah.
first concert when I was 9, and as I got further like into high school, so like maybe 16, 17, I started. Oh, I used to have long hair, if you can believe that. But I still remember my dad kind of like, when are you gonna cut that hair? When when you gonna kind of like
Yeah,
get away from that? But it's like, hey, as long as I'm doing everything else okay, then there wasn't much of an argument there. But so when you mentioned that you were playing piano for a long period of time, but you always wanted to be a singer, and then you started singing, like especially like when you got into new metal.
Yeah.
So are you basically self-taught, or were you taking vocal lessons at any point?
I was taking vocal lessons. Yeah, because I was singing at that time. I was singing power metal. I was for many years. I was into power metal a lot, and you know that style requires a lot of energy, and I realized that I was not able to to hold many hours of that, and I started to take some lessons to take care of my voice, basically. And after that, when I decided that I wanted to be a singer for real, I I think I tried many styles, many different kind of techniques, and many, yeah, different things. I was into classical. In one moment, I studied opera. Uh, I think it was useful, but it's not something that represents me. But it was useful for my voice and my, yeah, for everything. And then I started to get into a little bit more into pop music and rock. That's it. I studied for many years, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's, I mean, just the small sample size I've had to listen to some of your music and also some of your covers. I I would have been really surprised if you had not taken lessons at some point, because it's just the quality of your voice.
Yeah.
Usually comes from someone kind of showing you the ropes, how to protect your vocal cords, and also
Yeah.
how to do certain things. And then once you get those tools, then you can kind of do what you want with them. But yeah,
Yeah.
you haven't.
Yeah, I think studying gives a little bit of freedom in the, for example, if you want to tour or if you need to make long shows, you need to have some training, because you can ruin what you have. I mean, I smoke a lot, so I have to take care in a different way. And actually, my job is singing directly. It's just singing shows. Sometimes I have 7 shows a week, so I need to have my voice in good condition to resist that amount of of hours of singing, and singing rock. That is not the same than that singing jazz. not the same.
Wow. So you must be involved with like some sort of I'm assuming musical performance then on a daily basis down there.
Yeah. Before pandemic, yeah.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
it sounds like you also work as a vocal coach yourself sometimes.
Yeah. Yes. I have a studio where I record other singers. I produce other singers, and yeah, that's my job: singing and and coaching people.
Well, that's awesome. I love hearing the fact that you're so fully immersed in your craft of singing, teaching other people to sing. Obviously, with Inner Stream coming out, I am kind of curious too. Did you come up with the band name?
Yeah, that story. Yeah, it's a very strange story. The thing is that when the band started, or the idea started, it was not my idea. It was my brother's idea. He needed to produce a band for a project that he had. He was studying to be a musical producer, and he needed a band. And none of my bands at that time were able to record for him for many reasons, personal reasons and things. So I told him, hey, I have a couple of songs that I can't use with those bands because they were so power metal, progressive thing. So we made a demo at that time, 3 songs. It was a little bit more goth, dark thing at that time. And well, we decided to share some words, just words that we like, and we put all the words inside a bag, and we took out words and we joined them. That's how the name came out. That's the reality. The thing is, and that's the funny part of everything. Of course, then I love the name of the band, but everything started to have sense later. Like the name, the concept, the songs, the lyrics, everything started to have sense later. The beginning was really messy, really messy. But I'm talking about that this was 13 years ago, like a long time ago, when this happened, about the name of the band and everything. I could have changed the name, yes, of course. But as everything started to have sense, I decided to keep it because I think that name appeared for some reason. And everything has sense now. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That's amazing that you picked one word and another word 13 years ago, and then here it is. And you're right. I mean, even if we're just talking about what we're doing right now virtually, just the name Inner Stream is so relevant today because look at all the streaming people did the last year because of the pandemic and the lockdown. So
completely,
you're ahead of your time.
Completely. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. But it was in the middle of the lockdown that I was so with my brain about to explode that everything just the whole idea suddenly the whole circle closed, and was great, and it's great, and I think it totally represents what's going on. And if you later can have the chance to pay attention to the lyrics, you will see that there are a lot of hints about what's going on right now.
Okay.
Almost by accident. That's the strange part.
Wow, it's like you said, it's almost like it was basically meant to be. Here's this name from way back when, and then things just kind of fell into place as we got closer and closer to now to the release.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking that with the name Inner Stream, that it's not real specific, so that it does allow you to have that freedom. So depending on what kind of music you put out there, like you said on the album, there's different styles of music on it, not just one particular style. So it's not like you're, I don't know, like a death metal band or something that has a real gnarly name. So people go, oh, they must just be doing that. When you hear Inner Stream, it could be a lot of different things under that umbrella.
I know. Yes. I'm completely happy with the result. Completely happy with what happened around this. I think I'm in the right path. I feel it.
Yeah, and that's when and artists know this, when things are feeling right and it's just kind of pouring out of you, then you just ride that wave. You just keep riding it whichever direction it's going to go, because it seems to be happening for a reason.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And so, like you mentioned, recording during the lockdown and doing the music video during the lockdown. So for people out there, how many songs are we going to get on the full album?
11.
11. Okay.
And there's a bonus track for Japan, I think. That is an acoustic version of one of the singles that it's gonna be released in a month, more or less.
Okay. And as you've kind of mentioned again, that there's different styles on the album. Annie, that you have such an interesting background with your power metal vocals and the classical training and all these other things, and then, singing several days a week before the pandemic. What other styles are on this album? What can fans expect then, who haven't had a chance to hear? Well, none of us had a chance to hear some snippets yet of the whole thing.
Yeah, I think each song, it's like a mix of things, but you're not gonna find power metal. That's not gonna happen. It just didn't happen. I don't know. And the other thing that is not gonna happen is you're not gonna listen opera here. That's not gonna happen. But well, so far I can say, well, electronic, some new metal, maybe a little bit of industrial, slightly symphonic sometimes. There's a lot of electronic, basically a lot of into dark electronic, Yes, there are a couple of songs that are quite melodic, like a little bit traditional melodic metal, but you can find certain elements inside the same songs that are related to different styles. It's like a mix of things. Again, when I start making a song that maybe it's too electronic, I don't want to stick to that during the whole song. Again, I want to go where the song wants to go. That's the thing.
Okay. That makes sense, that you're like, if you're doing something and the song's kind of taking it in different directions, then you just kind of follow where it is, instead of saying, well, I need to make this an electronic song. It's like, well, maybe that piece or these bars are electronic, and then it moves to something else.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned that, so is there another music video in the works then for the next single, or a lyric video or something? Okay. But yeah, I see we're back. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, you're saying what's coming up?
Yeah. 3 lyrics video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's what in the third one, it's gonna be the album release, the same date. 3 lyrics video, but well, they're not just animated and lyrics. They have a little bit more of that.
Okay.
Than that.
Cool. So we got a lot of lyric videos to look forward to then, when leading up to the album release. And is there anything like, I don't know, is there going to be like a live stream after the album release, or anything else that is kind of in the works?
I have no idea. I really have no idea right now what we're gonna do. I need to go back to Spain. That's where I live. Now I'm in Argentina, so I need to go back to Spain and see how everything is going. And well, things are not that easy because the musicians are from Italy. So we have to plan what to do and how, and we're gonna see. We wanna play. We wanna make shows. To be honest, I wanna do real things with people, and this upsets me a little bit. It's like I wanted to share my music in a real energetic situation. I'm not a person that likes being behind a cell phone. Like I don't find that like I just don't like it. But well, this is how life is right now. We're gonna see.
Yeah, well, and that makes sense. That I think anyone who performs live, if it's a band, if it's a theater person, anyone that does anything on a stage, basically in front of an audience, that's what they want to be doing. They don't want cameras around filming them doing it to stream it out to the world. They want to be physically there, have that exchange of energy with everybody.
Yes, it's about energy. What we do is about energy. If we can't share that with people, that energy in the same place, it's like weird. Playing behind a camera, it's like, for me, so strange. Actually seeing all other bands do that, for me, it's strange still. Maybe I'm so 80s, but I don't know. That's what happens. Yeah.
Well, and it's been different things for different artists, and it became like just like something to do basically during the lockdown time, because they couldn't get out on the road. And it is, at least up here, it's nice that we're starting to see, like I get a ton of press releases now about shows that are coming up locally here in Seattle. I'm seeing them nationally and even internationally to a point. So as long as we keep heading on this path, those days are coming back, where we'll be able to go to your favorite show.
I think we're getting closer there. So we have to have faith and keep on working, and it's gonna happen soon, I think.
I agree. It's something that this last 15 months or so has really taught people like what's important to you, because you ended up having nothing but time on your hands to figure out, this is important, this is what I miss, and then once it comes back, I'm not going to take it for granted at all.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a huge lesson for everybody.
I'm guilty of it. I can think back to February of 2020 and think, oh yeah, here's these shows coming up in March, and all those disappeared, and then everything else, as we already know, and it became like, so when are these coming back? And at least up here, it was like, well, we might be back in June of 2020, and then it became, oh, maybe the fall of 2020, and then like, we don't know when we're back. It just became push. But again, knock on wood, we are starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel here.
Yes, absolutely, and I'm very happy about that. So I hope we're gonna be able to be together again, all together, celebrating music.
That's going to be amazing. And Ines, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your music and Interstream and everything coming out. And again, for everybody out there, July 16th is the big date from Frontiers Music, when the album's going to drop. So, and you already heard from the lady herself that there's some lyric videos coming out that are going to be spread out over the next months to help promote the album. And hopefully once we get to that point in July, that we'll even have something more firm about, yes, these concerts could happen in the fall or what have you, and then you'll be back on stage kicking ass basically.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Have a good night down there.
Bye-bye.
Bye.